Welcome to Gullane in East Lothian. My name is Michael Thompson, and I am part of the Gullane and Dirleton History Society, which is contributing this virtual walk to Archaeology Fortnight, run by the East Lothian Council Heritage Department. The rise in participation in the game of golf and the lure of fine sandy beaches stimulated interest in building a railway from the main line at Longnidrey to Gullane via Aberlady. A branch line was opened in April 1898 and quickly became popular with golfers and holidaymakers from Edinburgh. With the improvement of road surfaces and the surge in motor car ownership, the railway began to lose travellers, and the line was closed to passenger trains in 1932. Goods trains carrying mainly coal continued until 1964, when the line was closed and the track lifted. Whilst Gullane Station has disappeared, much of the rail bed is still present, and this virtual walk traces its course. We will start outside this fine building, which was originally opened in 1900 as the Marine Hotel, and which, subsequently in 1954, became a training college for firemen. When this too closed in 2015, it became part of a housing development. It was well placed to benefit from the railway traffic, and in this image from the early 1930s, the gate giving pedestrian access to the station is on the right. Just inside the gate is a wooden shed, which was used as a kiosk selling newspapers and other goods to passengers. As we walk down the road towards the station entrance, we must acknowledge our debt to William Jackson, who was General Manager of the North British Railway, of which the Gullane branch line was a part. He and his family and friends came to Gullane on holiday for several years in the 1910s. He was a prolific amateur photographer, and he left a large collection of pictures to the Glasgow University Archives. Not surprisingly, he took images of the railway in Gullane, and it is some of these that will help in illustrating our walk today. This Jackson picture, taken between 1912 and 1914, shows cattle awaiting loading for transporting on the train. The building in the background was the steam engine shed. Whilst the same viewpoint now is unrecognizable, it is pleasing to see that one of the houses which stands on the exact site of the shed has been named the engine house. Jackson's picture of the station entrance shows how the station has been replaced by the modern housing estate, but the station platform building is at the top left. After the war, the station building was used as holiday accommodation, before the site fell into dereliction. As we walk down the road, we can look back towards the station, now estate, entrance, and this is the likely spot for this picture to have been taken on the 21st of June 1958. It was a special train laid on for a Sunday school outing. The sidings for goods, platform and station buildings are all clearly seen. With the commencement of construction of the housing estate in 1997, the footbridge crossing the track was removed, but the path connecting the village with the Muirfield housing estate has been retained. At this point, the first evidence of the abandoned track bed is on our right. Reclaimed by nature, the course can be traced on the northern boundary of the memorial park. although in places it has been exploited as garden extensions. Near Saltcote Steading, the track bed has been infilled, but soon becomes a discernible path. This is the spot where Jackson took this impressive image in August 1911. He meticulously recorded the time, too, 4:18 p.m. Round the corner, as the train picked up speed, it would have passed this line of occupied cottages, which sadly have been abandoned and become derelict. Further down the track, more crumbling buildings come into view. We turn off to examine these remains of Saltcote Castle, built in 1590 by Patrick Livingston, or Lethington. He was given the land on which to build for, allegedly, killing a local ferocious wild boar. The farmhouse to the left was probably built after the castle was abandoned, soon after 1776, because a carved coat of arms was placed above the door, which is likely to have been pilfered from the castle ruin. It is evident that the farmhouse was occupied at the time of Jackson taking this image, but has since collapsed into dereliction. As we regain the railway track bed, the train may have been slowing down to stop at Lough Ness platform. This was built in 1903 for the sole use of golfers playing at Mr. Hope's Lough Ness New Golf Club, which had opened in 1894. It was a request stop. Jackson records it for us, but although it was closed in 1931 and has disappeared, the abrupt change in trackside vegetation indicates where it stood. Our final stop on this walk is where the track crosses the Peffer Burn. Although now located in a wood, the fine stone and brickwork of the bridge is still evident. From this point, even though the train track has been reclaimed as farmland in places, its course continues through bridges and past Aberlady Station platform to merge with the main line near Longniddry. It only remains for you to return to Gullane village along the same path. I hope you have found this walk interesting, but should you want a little more information, the Gullane and Dirleton History Society can be contacted through the Society's website at the address displayed here. Thank you for coming with us today.